What up, Salty Crew? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be giving my official review on the Mississippi Vegan Cookbook. I made 4 different recipes from this book. I'll talk about my experience making them, going through the recipe, and the final taste test, what I thought of the finished product, and also just my overview on the book in general. Do I think it's worth the money? Which people I think it's right for? So on and so forth. Obviously, I won't be giving exact measurements because if you want the measurements, you should get the book. And on a side note, a lot of you guys have been asking me about the music that I'm using in my videos, what songs they are, where you can get them, and I will talk about that at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Okay, so first impressions, this book is visually beautiful. I mean, the colors in it are vibrant, the photography is amazing, and Timmy, the creator of the book, did mostly everything himself. He did the photography, he did the styling, he obviously wrote the recipes. He is a true Renaissance man. And there were lots of different recipes that I wanted to include in this video, but it's expensive, so I had to limit myself to only 4 recipes. I did not do the gumbo because I believe Lauren from Hot for Food reviewed that one, so I skipped that one, but I'm assuming it's amazing and I'll probably make it eventually and share it on Instagram stories. So the first recipe I made from this book was the potato bacon from the PLTS recipe. It's basically a play on a BLT using potato bacon. I've never made potato bacon before, but Mississippi Vegan is known as like the king of plant-based bacons. If you haven't tried his shiitake bacon recipe, you really need to get this book. It is delicious. So you basically just slice the potatoes on a mandolin. You want to be very careful when you're doing this. I've never been cut by a mandolin. You just have to pay attention and not get distracted while you're doing it because it's very easy to slice your hand off. So you're going to slice your potato pretty thin and then you're going to marinate it in the bacon marinade. It's very similar to the one that he uses in his shiitake bacon recipe. Let that marinate for 15-20 minutes. Then you're going to layer the bacon on a parchment paper lined baking sheet. You want to like crinkle it up so it looks similar to bacon. Now, if you follow the recipe and the times that he tells you to leave the bacon in there, flip it, and then put it back in, you will burn your bacon, at least for me. And I found this true about the shiitake bacon as well. I don't follow his times in that one. I bake it a little less time because if you don't, you will burn your bacon. I mean, I've had it happen so many times when I follow his recipes on his bacon, and the same thing happened with this one. So I would just keep an eye on it, leave it in for 20 minutes, take it out, check it, and then maybe leave it in for another like 5 to 10 minutes. But you definitely don't need to leave it in the oven for a total of 50 minutes. Otherwise, it'll just be burnt, crispy, bacon flavored potato chips. So I burnt them the first time. Second go around, I ended up not burning them because I took them out quicker. I kept an eye on them and they were pretty good. I mean, they taste like bacon flavored potato chips. I just don't think the texture of the potato as a slice of bacon is my favorite ever. My favorite way to eat plant-based bacon is coconut bacon. I love it so much. I think it's the most realistic to actual bacon, but the potato bacon was really finicky. I think it's easy to screw up. It's easy to overcook them or make them too crispy. But overall, the flavor was delicious, and when I put it all together in the sandwich, it was really, really good, and I really enjoyed it. So it's kind of a for me, but you should definitely try his shiitake bacon recipe, faux show. Just put it in the oven for less time. Next up, I made his peanut stew. So for this, in a big pot, you're gonna saute onions, garlic, bunch of veggies, add in things gradually. There's some jalapeno in there, lots of spices, which I love, so it's super, super flavorful. You add vegetable broth, canned tomatoes, bay leaves, and then you just let it simmer down until it gets nice and thick and flavorful. And I served it over his lemon herb rice. That's another recipe that I made, and that one was really, really good. Next time, I think I want to make it with brown rice, but this go around, I followed the recipe exactly, and I made it with white rice, and it was so delicious. It's packed full of fresh herbs. Like, I think there's 5 or 6 different fresh herbs in here, and it was delish. I loved this. I will definitely be making this again. It's a great way to use up all those fresh herbs that you might have in your fridge that are kind of going bad that you need to use up. Another way that you can garnish it is add on some plant-based sour cream and some sriracha and avocado. Ooh, yes, that was so good. I ate the peanut stew throughout the week. Every day it got better. It was so delicious. I just never never got sick of it. It's also really good with the cauliflower gnocchi. You guys know my love for that. It's so good. That cauliflower gnocchi literally goes with anything, I swear. The next recipe from the book I made was the wild chanterelle pasta with truffled cashew cream. Woo! This was good, you guys. So for this recipe, you're gonna make a cashew cream sauce. So basically, you just throw in soaked cashews with water, nutritional yeast, different spices, lemon juice. You blend that together until it's really smooth, and then you can saute your mushrooms. I got shiitake mushrooms because I wasn't able to find chanterelle at my specialty produce store. The other thing that I love about this book is that even though there are a few things that are kind of like specialty items, they're very easy to substitute for something else. So it's not like you have to use this, otherwise the recipe won't work. So if you can't find one mushroom, just use another. Like, the point is you just want that mushroom flavor. Chanterelle is just the mushroom that he prefers in this recipe, but I think the shiitake worked great with it. I love shiitake mushrooms so much. So I used whole shiitake mushrooms and I sauteed them in a big cast iron skillet, but feel free to just like chop them up if you want. It's more practical to eat that way, obviously, but I think for aesthetic purposes, he wanted to use the whole shiitake mushroom or the whole chanterelle mushroom. After your mushrooms are cooked, you can set aside half of them for garnish, and then to the pan, while the mushrooms are still in there, you can add in shallots, garlic, saute that for a few minutes, and then you can add in your cashew cream that you just blended up. Bring that up to a simmer, let it thicken, then you're going to cut the heat and add in your truffle oil. You guys, I forgot how much I loved truffle. I haven't had it in so long, and this basically was like a sophisticated mac and cheese sauce. Like, it was so good. This would also be really good on pizza too. Truffle just makes everything better, and if you're unsure if you like the flavor of truffle and you kind of just want to dip your toe in it without spending tons of money, because a bottle of truffle oil, the one that I got anyway, I think was like $20 something, so shit's expensive. So if you want to keep it on the more inexpensive side, and or you just don't know if you like the flavor of truffle and you don't want to fully commit, get some truffle salt. I've seen it at Trader Joe's before, but you can buy it online if you want. Just find it somewhere, try it out, and give it a whirl, and that will give you kind of an introduction to what truffles taste like. So then after the truffle oil is mixed in there, you can add in your cooked pasta. I'm using the red lentil gluten-free spaghetti from Trader Joe's, which I love, by the way. It's probably my new favorite gluten-free pasta. And then you're just going to plate it up, or in my case, bowl it up, and garnish it with some parsley and enjoy yourself, because this is the most decadent and bougie I have felt in a while, and it was amazing. The last recipe that I made from his cookbook are the highly sophisticated chocolate chip cookies. Now, I gotta say, I am a chocolate chip cookie connoisseur. I'm obsessed with them. They're one of my favorite desserts ever, and I take them very seriously, and I'm very particular about what I like. These, I would say, are kind of like a Tate's cookie, but more complex in flavor, because in the recipe, it has rosemary in there. Now, I don't know if you've ever had rosemary in a sweet baked good before, but it is delicious, and it was so good in these cookies. I was obsessed. I want to find a way to make them gluten-free, because they do have some flour in here, but there is some oat flour as well, so maybe I can like make it all oat flour. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out, because these were freaking delicious. Granted, they were mostly made up of vegan butter and sugar, but I think that's why they were so good. And there's some molasses in there. They kind of taste like ginger cookies too, in a way, like ginger, rosemary, and chocolate chip cookies, like in a Tate cookie form, if that makes any sense. You also sprinkle them with Maldon salt at the end. They're just perfectly balanced flavor-wise. I was obsessed with them. Like, I ate them way too fast. My husband too. Tim and I were just like, rah, 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 gave me all the cookies. I loved this recipe. And I'm not normally a crispy cookie fan. Like, I like them crisp on the outside, but ooey gooey in the middle. But these are just really good. I didn't mind that they were crispy. And they're still a little gooey in the middle, but on the outer edges, they're super thin and crispy, and they were just so good. So overall, I think this cookbook is really amazing. I give it my stamp of approval. The recipes are really easy to follow, and they do have some specialty ingredients in there, but like I said before, they're really easy to swap out for more inexpensive, more accessible ingredients. I really appreciate his integrity to each produce item in this book. I know that sounds weird, but basically what I mean by that is he can take a really beautiful tomato or pepper or zucchini or eggplant or whatever that produce item may be, and he will elevate it to a level that even if you don't like tomatoes or peppers or eggplants, you end up liking it because he cooks it so well and he knows how to flavor, and he just does a really great job with that, which I really like. And in this book, there's not a ton of like fake meat type stuff. Like I think Hot for Food is like junk foodie, everyone will enjoy this stuff. This is more for like your classic, you want to just enjoy the plants as they are. There is a recipe for like Salisbury steak that uses TVP, but I think that's one of the only like fake meat recipes in here. I also really appreciate his plant-based spin on Southern cuisine. I'm from the South, I'm from North Carolina. I really love seeing people like him and Sweet Potato Soul doing justice to Southern cuisine and making it vegan, making it delicious, and making it more accessible to that demographic of people. I love it. And you can tell in this book that he has an appreciation for simple, good ingredients, and I love that too. And I think this book is more for a sophisticated palate, and I know that sounds pretentious and snobby, but I just mean I don't think you're going to appreciate it as much if you're the type of bitch who like eats box mac and cheese and hot dogs twice a week, you know what I mean? So that's my official review on the Mississippi Vegan Cookbook. I want to mention two other things before I head out of here. Number one, I created a Facebook group for non-judgmental chill vegans. So if you want to be a part of that, click the link down in the description box. It's pretty amazing. If you've ever felt kind of out of place in the vegan community, if you don't think in black and white or extremes, if you're not a militant vegan, this group is for you. Everyone is welcome, so come join the party. And then second thing that I want to talk about is the music. So a lot of you guys have been asking me, oh my gosh, where do you get your music? What song is this? Blah, blah, blah. So I am an ambassador for MusicBed, and it's a subscription music website where basically you can download as much royalty-free music as you want. So it's really great for content creators, people who are putting content out on YouTube or other platforms that require you to have royalty-free music so you don't get copyright stricken. And I've been looking for something like this for so long. It's really hard to find good music for your videos that aren't copyrighted. So MusicBed has been my savior. I just started using them about a month ago and I love them. They have all types of genres and moods for whatever vibe you're going for the more like serious videos. They have instrumental stuff, they have hip hop, R&B, jazz. They have all the good stuff there, and they're indie artists who are getting supported, which is really great. You don't even have to be a creator to use it. They just have really great music there that you can't really find anywhere else. So if you're interested in that, I'll leave some information down in the description box and a link that you can click. It's my personal affiliate link, so when you use it and become a member, I get some money, which is great because you're supporting me and my channel and you're allowing me to make more videos like this. Thank you again for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new video. Don't forget to take care of yourself this week, eat good food, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
I live a lifetime every moment when I'm holding you close. Lay your head down on my shoulder, honey, I won't ever let go.